So iBuyers are all the buzz right now. And as I've gone through my years of experience in this business, you see things come and go. And it's the new fad, it's the new way of doing things that's going to replace everything. An iBuyer basically is a large corporation making an offer on a home, sometimes sight unseen, and it's in your inbox right away. And it sounds, the sales pitch is this will be easy, we take all the stress out, and no worries. Once again, this goes back to making an introduction from that company to another realtor. What the process means is they say, hey, looking at our numbers online, we're going to offer you $400,000 for your home. That sounds great. Once you start digging into this with them, then it rolls out that it is going to be another 6 or 7% will be reduced for brokerage fees. Sometimes another 8 to 10% is going to be reduced for repairs. Then they send out an inspector, and then they say, great, if you're good with whatever we find, then we're going to write you a check in this time frame, and if you're good with that, we will move forward.
And we'll remove any repairs that need to be made from your bottom line as a seller.
Right, so it's deducted, and here's your new net. My only recommendation is if that is attractive to you, then pursue it. I do think it's a good idea to just get a second opinion and say, does this add up? Does this make sense? The number that they're offering me, does it make sense in today's market?
And we recently had a listing where the seller was approached with an offer, and the offer also required them to replace the roof. So.
Right, and I said pursue it, but go through the whole process, because I wanted to see what they came up with. So I said, go through the entire process, and they came back and they said they needed a new roof on it, and they said they had a couple other minor items on it, and this is what their net dollar was going to end up being. And I said, you can pursue that. And he said, you know, we've worked together in the past, Mike, I know you, I trust you. Do you think that you can get more than that? And I said, I know I can get more than that in this market, but that's your choice. And so he said, no, I think I'm going to forego that. Let's go ahead and pursue this. In that particular situation and the one we did last year, in both cases, I netted that seller. One was $22,000, the other one was $18,000 more than what they would have gotten through that iBuyer transaction.
And the roof was perfectly fine and certifiable.
Right, we sent out our own roofer and said, give us do a full inspection on it, so he's not hit with a surprise. There was no issue with the roof. That doesn't mean that that's always the case. It doesn't mean don't pursue it. It doesn't mean never look into it. I think it's worth looking into. Just understand, the most important thing to understand is these are not nonprofit companies. They're not doing this because they're generous, 501c3s. They are doing this to make a profit.